Greetings, judges. I hope you're having a nice day. I think it's hard to have a plan laid out, to truly know what you're going to do with your life. And maybe that's because, for at least my entire life, I was known and I thought of myself as useless. You aren't here to hear my life story, just to listen to what I have to say. I always knew I was going to college, maybe Central, maybe one of the big state colleges like UW or WSU. Hell, there was a period I was dead set on going to South Carolina University. I'd major in law and justice with a minor in criminal psychology. After that, I'd find any law school willing to take me, become a criminal defense lawyer, and make enough to maybe retire at 60 and kick back for a few decades. But because life just can't help being weird, it didn't turn out that simple. I did the Running Start program, college into high school, and I think it was about when I was withdrawing from my classes that I realized maybe my perfect plan of perfectness wasn't exactly going to be perfect. I only had two college classes, and it was really rough. I barely did any homework. A good 90% of the material flew right over my head. I was stressed out and frozen in fear because I realized that what I had spent my entire life preparing for was collapsing in front of my eyes. My stupid hopes and dreams had all just gone down the drain. Well, except for one part, the whole being a lawyer deal. I joined a mock trial club when I was a Central student. Sounds boring, right? Well, for me, it was some of the most fun I've ever had. Being able to act out a character as a witness, getting in these sparring matches with the crossing attorney, and basically giving speeches that you have to make on the spot, it was thrilling. And I realized that if everything in my life, even if it all was a downward spiral, I still had one thing to keep me going, one thing to get me up in the morning. And that was my passion. Oh, and friends. I became friends with pretty much everyone in that club, and they are wonderful. But my passion for law, the thing that always told me to go into criminal defense, that want to do good, to help people, my talents with writing and public speaking, I realized that was all life was really about. Sure, test scores, grades, they're important, but without that passion, does it even really matter? So, what am I going to do after high school? I'm going to become a Central Washington University student. I'm going to take Robert Claridge's criminal defense classes, one of the best men I have and likely will ever meet, as well as taking psychology classes. I'm going to study hard because I know that the light at the end of the tunnel isn't an endless monotony. It's not this inescapable hellscape. It's passion and love. That's what's going to make me graduate. And then I'm going to go to a law school. Don't know which one, but I'll go and I'll get through it, even if I have to redo it a few times. Hopefully not, though that would be expensive. Then I'm going to work at a law firm for a few years behind the scenes. Maybe do coffee running, hopefully work on a couple of cases. And then, when I'm confident enough, I'm going to open a law firm with one of my friends who also wants to be a criminal defense attorney. And for a few decades, until I have enough to retire, I'm going to do something that I hadn't thought about, that I truly believed I was capable of doing for years. And I'm going to be happy. I'm going to love my job. I'm going to love my life. I'm going to be confident with who I am. I don't know if I'll be able to find a partner or anything else, and I'm sure it's not going to be this idyllic, perfect scene where everything goes exactly as I've just described. But I know that whatever happens, I'll have my passion, I'll have my friends, and my hope to get me through whatever turmoil life decides to throw my way. Thank you for your time.